Hey, Intro to Com students, Professor Ferrari here. I know that this week's assignment is a little different. I'm asking you to record a short video. So I wanted to give you some options for those of you who haven't done this before. I think a lot of you have probably done this a lot and you know what to do, but I wanted to kind of give you some options for those of you who haven't done this. And I think this is going to work well for your speech assignment coming up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using an application called Screencast-O-Matic, which is free, and it allows you to record with your webcam of yourself and also your screen, or you can do just your webcam. And then once you're done with the recording, you can choose to download it as a video file to your desktop, or you can upload it directly to your own YouTube channel. If you do the latter option for this, with YouTube, what I recommend is you set it to private. So you want to go into manage your videos in your channel, and you can click on each video and you can set it to public or private. And then what you're going to do, and I'll show you this in a moment, is you take your video, once you've recorded it, you go into our discussion forum and you upload new content. I'm going to show you how to do that. So Screencast-O-Matic is a great way to do it. You could use your phones. I think everyone can do video on their phones now, download the video or upload it to YouTube. My only concern with that is that by the time we get to recording the final speech, you don't want to hand hold it. You want it to be a little more formal. You want the quality to be better. So if you can find an app to use for your webcam, I think it's going to be higher quality. If you want to use your phone and you have a stand for it or something, that can work too. So this is really just to kind of give you some options. Another option besides Screencast-O-Matic is Loom. Loom does the same thing. You have a little box and you select part of your screen, and then you have you in the webcam, or you could have just you in the webcam taking up the whole screen. When you do your speeches, it might be helpful for you to have a slideshow too and a couple bullet points, and that could work well. We're going to talk more about that in the coming weeks. But for this week, I just want to talk a little bit about your assignment. Your assignment is to record a really short video. The big part of your assignment this week is to actually start drafting that persuasive speech and also create an outline. And the second part of your assignment is to record this short video, post it to your discussion forum where you talk about your topic, you give your persuasive statement, and then you pose a few questions related to those ideas of audience sociology and audience psychology. So let me give you an example. Say your topic is you're a big fan of the UFC and mixed martial arts and cage fighting as a sport. Now, it's very important that for a 4 to 6 minute speech, you're going to narrow that down, right? So part of the way we're going to do that is through a little bit of audience testing. So MMA, cage fighting, UFC, really big topic. Let's say you should really focus on something more specific within that. Say, my goal is to persuade my audience that MMA and the UFC is a real sport and not just a spectacle. Or something even more focused and say, my persuasive goal is to convince people that the UFC as a fight organization, the fighters should unionize, and here's why, right? So again, remember, we're trying to narrow it down to something a little bit more specific because this is just a shorter 4 to 6 minute speech. Now, and then the next thing you're going to do after you talk about your topic for a little bit is ask a couple questions for your audience. So you kind of, this audience psychology, audience sociology thing is like, well, what do you even think about this sport? Does this sport align with your personal values? How does this fit into your family culture? Say, what does your family think about this sport? Maybe what are your views on labor policy? If you're going to do that idea about maybe the fighter should create a union, or maybe your persuasive topic is the sport should change the rules so that there's no takedowns. And then so you're going to ask some more specific questions to try to understand your audience, because this is going to be one of the ways that we kind of refine and narrow our speech topic. Okay, so we've got Screencast-O-Matic as an option, we've got Loom as an option, and these are all really pretty straightforward. You might have to download a few things and give some permissions on your computer. Then you're going to either download the video file or upload it to YouTube. And then once you have that video, that short 1 to 2 minute video, again, we're wanting to get practice before our final speech. You're going to go into this week's unit, click on our discussion groups, go into your discussion group, reply to my initial post, and then you go in here to add content, and you can insert a local file. So if you've downloaded your video to your computer, that's how you would do that, insert the local file. Or if you've uploaded it to your YouTube channel, you can do it that way. And then as a group, you're all going to look at each other's videos. You're going to respond to those questions that we're all asking each other, trying to get to some of that audience psychology, audience sociology questions. And then next week, we're going to take the draft of the speech and look at the feedback we got from our audience and try to refine it, narrow it down. And then the week after that, we're recording those final speeches. We're going to talk more about what we're looking for in terms of presentation and speech style and things like that. All right, thank you, everyone. I hope everything is going well. And again, if you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email.